Number 1, subscribe. Number 2, hit the bell. Number 3, share it. Number 4, leave a comment, please. Well done. A++ for you. So it's a very nice beige hat. I like it. It goes with a lot of... Hat number 29 is my first 5950 fitted hat. It is a weird, like, nylon. Can you hear that? From the brand Zephyr on the side. If you've never heard of them, I can understand that, because I'm sure that you're being drowned by New Era. And it's just a really nice hat. Hello, class! That was a good clap, wasn't it? Wow! Because I had to do a really good clap today, because this is a very, very exciting hat video. Today is going to be part 5. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, you know, Spanish, French, if whatever language you're kind of 5 in. It is part 5 today for our hat history lecture video series. Today, for hat history lectures, we're going to go over 4 hats that are very poignant in my hat collection. One of them is my first ever New Era 5950 fitted hat. That's going to be a cool hat. You might know what it is, but there's a little bit of a special story to it. So, story time with Professor Hatter, as some would say. One of them is a special snapback. Actually, 2 of them are special snapbacks for colleges. And the other hat, which we will start with in a moment, is missing from my wall here. Now, if you are a regular student, then you might know what hat is missing. But if you're new to the class, then welcome. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications for upcoming videos whenever they happen. I don't have the best schedule, but they happen as much as they can, as often as they can. But if you've seen my videos before, you know my hat wall here. My 8 current hats for the season, baseball season, hockey, football, basketball season, whatever it is. But there are 2 spots here. My Concordia hat, my alma mater, and then this blank spot goes to another hat. Do you know which hat it is? I wonder if you've been paying attention. Pop quiz. And I hope you can answer it well, because we're going to be grading that. So make sure you get out a notebook, pen, and pencil while you're doing your pop quiz. And let's get going. Class is in session. Let's go. The first hat in this video I want to show you is hat number 27. Hat number 27 is in a way, a redux. It's a second coming of a previous hat. This hat I had gotten on a vacation before, when we were on summer vacation with a family, and it was a beige cap and a navy brim, and a bunch of, the wording on it. But the navy brim got really light, and the sun, took away the color, and I lost the buckle on the back. It was an adjustable. I lost that, so it was kind of hard to wear when it would just fall off your head. And then it got wet and got moldy, so I had to throw it away. I had to get a new hat for this big event that was happening on January 20th, 2017. Every 4 years, we have this big event on January 20th. The next one will be in 2021, and it's a pretty big event. But I needed this hat for this big event, because one day I will be celebrating on January 20th in probably 2033 and 2037, when I become President of the United States. So, if you have seen my videos before, I've talked plenty of times before how I'm into history. It's my major from school, and since 2nd grade I have been very into the presidents. I started reading a book. I don't have it with me, I couldn't find it, I'll show a picture, by Kenneth C. Davis, Don't Know Much About the Presidents, or Your Presidents. And as a kid's book, illustrations, every president had about a page, maybe 2 if they were a big name. I know Washington, Teddy Roosevelt, FDR, Lincoln, I think even Jefferson had 3 pages because they were that big of a deal. Anyways, alright, let's take a look at the hat. On the front is the seal of the office of the President of the United States of America. On the front, it's the eagle. Then you got the arrows, 13 arrows specifically. Then you have the olive branch, the coat of arms, and a bunch of other symbolic nomenclatures for America. The beige cap on the brim here, on the curve, is Washington, D.C., and then even like in the insert between the bottom and the top of the cap of the brim is the written out D.C., United States of America. On the side is USA, red, white, and blue. On the other side is a small American flag, and then on the back is Washington, D.C. So it's a very nice beige hat. I like it. It goes with a lot of shirts and clothing I have. It goes great with blue. I have here one of my first presidential books that I had when I was a kid that got me into the presidents. And I'll show up pictures here and there on the video here. When I was younger and got into the presidents, that's how I got into politics, my interest for it, and history. And pretty much every summer after second grade, I would ask my parents, hey, can we go to this dead president's grave, or can we go to his home or his museum? So kind of the running joke in the family was, for summer vacation, while everyone else would be, relaxing or having fun at Disney World, going to Hawaii or relaxing on a beach, that's boring to me, to be honest. If you do that, that's perfectly fine. But for me, relaxing on vacation, that's boring. I want to go out exploring and go see all the presidents that helped make America what it is today. So for me, presidents are my thing. I have about, I don't know how many books I have. Insert number of books here of the presidents. That's how many books I have. And that's how I got into history. And I needed a presidential hat for it to, put it all together. And, just to be like, hey, I'm going to be president someday. So, natal 2032. That's the target date. I'll be the youngest president at age 37. Alright, let's get into the next hat, which is my first official snapback hat. Next. This hat is my first official snapback hat, where before I've had hats like my Atlanta Braves hat, where the back for the adjustable portion is made of snaps, but the front two panels are like dad hat structure. It's unstructured, and it doesn't have a high profile. But instead, this is my first snapback hat. Illinois State University, Redbirds, not Cardinals, Redbirds for some reason. It is a hat from Adidas. It's got a high profile crown here, you can see. Kind of like a 90-degree angle compared to a dad hat like this, where it's just a big slant. So on the front is the Redbird logo that they use for athletics. Nothing on the side. I like the red button on the top. The coloring is really nice. On the back, red snaps, and in cursive script, Illinois State. On the inside, more red underbrim, and it's just a really nice hat. It's made by Adidas, and that's a big thing for me, hat diversity. It didn't have to be a New Era 950 hat. This one just spoke out to me. I like the gray color, and it was a cool hat. A lot of my friends went to Illinois State University, so that helps, commemorate some of them, because I have a lot of college hats, not necessarily of, I root for that team, but it's more of one of my friends or family members went to that college or university. So that's kind of why I got this hat, and because it's a cool hat. Why not? Alright, moving on to my first New Era 5950 fitted hat. This is a cool pickup from a lid store out in Cleveland. You'll be surprised which one I got. Hat number 29 is my first 5950 fitted hat from New Era. For our band trips for Concordia, every spring we would take a spring tour. We would go out to, wherever part of the country. My first spring tour, we went out to Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas for a few stops, and then went back through those same states, and Arkansas. my second year, when I got this hat, the trip, we went out to Indiana, Ohio, through Cleveland, the north part. Then we went all the way up to Buffalo, New York, went to Niagara Falls for an off day, then came kind of the same way back to Chicago. I think it was we went to Cleveland twice. I think it was the first time we went through Cleveland. We had a mall stop. We all love mall stops in the band because it's a time to get lunch, stretch out your legs, get a few things from the mall. And I went to a lid store because one of the tuba players, Caleb, had got himself a new Kansas City Royals hat from another mall stop before. And I was kind of jealous. I'm like, I need a nice new baseball hat. So I went into the lid store, had asked about, hey, how do hats fit? How are they supposed to fit? Because I never gotten a fitted hat before. They weren't that helpful, but I was able to manage to find my first New Era 5950 hat. Chicago Cubs, 2016 World Series champion patch on the side there. This is a really, really nice hat. I mean, of course, it's a Cubs hat, but just the fit is interesting. I like it. The interesting part is this is a 7 5/8 hat. And it turned out later on, I'm a 7.5 hat. So this is a small running 7 5/8. So this was kind of a bit of a identity issue at first when I started with fitted hats. I would always get 7 5/8 hats. I'm like, oh, I have a big head, and made that joke. Like, oh, big head, nothing in it. Ha, ha, ha. Only I can make that joke. And I kept getting 7 5/8 hats, but they were really, like, running big on me. And I kept thinking, well, this 7 5/8 Cubs hat, it's like the Cubs hat. Why does it fit so differently? Well, watching more YouTube guys for hat channels, that hats are differently made with New Era. So it came to be that I'm a 7.5, but sometimes 7 5/8. I love this hat. It's a nice side patch. I know it's not the nicely sewn on patch. It's ironed on. Kind of a plastic kind of look there. But I like it. It's Chicago Cubs, World Series champions, 2016. Carries a lot of memories. So it's a really great hat that I have. And one of my favorites. Let's move on to the last hat. Another snapback. And we're going to keep it in the state of Illinois for our last hat, hat number 30. Hat number 30, and the last hat for this video. This is a college hat of a university that I wanted to go to when I was younger. I had seen the marching band perform there, and I performed there on the same field that they did, and I'm like, I want to go to this school. This is such a cool place. Just because I saw my high school marching band march there when I was in 5th grade. I think I was like 9 years old. I'm like, I want to go there. And later on to find out that it's a huge school. It's like 40,000 people. And you needed to be a little extra smarter than I turned out to be. I mean, just how it is. And it was also a little on the expensive side for us, so it didn't happen. But I applied there one time when I was transferring from Harper to another college. I was accepted in, and I was really happy that I was accepted at that university to realize that dream, that at least I was good enough quality material for the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Because there are 3 University of Illinois in the state. Urbana-Champaign, which is the big U of I, University of Illinois Chicago, and then University of Illinois of Springfield. This is a hat I got from Lid's website. This is a very interesting hat. It's from the brand Zephyr on the side. If you've never heard of them, I can understand that, because I'm sure that you're being drowned by New Era. On the front is the I for Illinois in white lettering and navy blue outlines, and it's kind of interesting stitching job where like all the threads can be seen on the I. The brim is navy, and in between the top and bottom part of the brim is orange, and then like a little bit of a pattern here, white and navy. It's a very interesting hat. Same kind of pattern on the back, as well as orange and navy snaps, and navy eyelets and button on the top. So what really makes, and gray under brim. What really makes this hat interesting and kind of a catfish of a hat is when I saw it online, I'm like, that's a cool hat. I gotta get it. It was $10, and I got it for like $8.50 with all the, after taxes, and then of course with the discount. Great price, great hat. I get it, and well, that's odd. It's not like polyester at all, like a 5950 hat or a 950 New Era hat or most of the other hats that you would find, or even cotton. It is a weird, like, nylon. Can you hear that? I mean, you can hear it, but it's like hard to explain like the feel of it. It feels like a tarp in a way when put on, and I mean it's a great fit. It's just kind of a weird material that I've never encountered before, and the buckram is kind of weak on the inside, so the front two panels have kind of been depressed. It is made in Bangladesh, 97% polyester and 3% spandex. So it's an interesting hat, and I've yet to find a perfect U of I hat, to be honest. I have 2 other U of I hats. We'll show another time, but this was my first U of I hat, and I also convinced one of my friends, Eric, who went to U of I, to get one of these hats, and he's not the kind of guy to either wear a hat or even a flat brim hat, but hey, I let him use my discount card, so I got the points out of it. It's fine. Alright, class, that is it today for Hat History Lecture Part 5. I hope you enjoyed today's lecture, going over these 4 hats in my collection. Still early on in my collection. These are really great hats that mean a lot to me, and that's the whole foundation of my hat collection. Hats that mean a lot. Favorite team, hat for my friends, for my other friends too, that went to U of I, and a hat of a college that meant a lot to me, and my future job hat. So, I mean, these 2 hats are probably my top 10, but that's a topic for another day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the class, welcome. Subscribe down below and comment down below what hat you liked, what hat videos, ideas you have for me in the future. Comment down below your first snapback and your first 5950 hat. What were they? Be interested to hear what they were. As always, thank you for watching. Hats off to you as always. Hope you guys have a great day, great week. Make it a great day. Have a good day, everyone. Class is dismissed. Bye, everyone.